Boy, what a nasty fight. I don't know how to describe it. First, let me give you the lay of the land here. Okay, this is Emanuel Navarrete trying to become a 4-division world champion. Started at 122. Hopped on the scene against Isaac Dogbe. By the way, they have it a draw, Mark Kriegel. He's been blowing through divisions, but not really fighting the best in his division. I mean, Oscar Valdez, that was actually a surprising win for me. He's fighting Denis Berinchyk tonight for the vacant WBO title at 135 pounds. Title formerly belonged to Lomachenko, well, Devin Haney, then before that, Lomachenko. I think that 135 pounds is a bridge too far for him. As you can see, 38, 1-1 with 31 KOs. He looks, his body type, his power doesn't seem to have carried up. His last 2 fights, as you can see, 3 of his last 4 fights have been, 3 of his last 4 fights have been troublesome for him. The Liam Wilson fight, the Robinson Conceição fight, and this Berinchyk fight. So me personally, I think it's a bridge too far for him to be up at 135 pounds. It's a different breed and his body type. I'm concerned his power hasn't carried up. Yeah, he's awkward, but am I going to pick him to beat Sharkur Stevenson? Despite how Sharkur looked against Edwin De Los Santos, I'm not going to disrespect him and say that Navarrete can beat him. I'm not going to pick Navarrete over Tank. Tank is a clean puncher, accurate, probably be able to stop Navarrete to that soft body of his. And Lomachenko, that's supposed to be who he's supposed to be fighting next if he wins. Which makes sense because right now Sharkur seems the one out of top rank. But I don't have confidence he's going to be going anywhere. He's going to be fighting July the 6th, by the way. Tank Davis is going to be fighting June the 15th. And then Loma just fought last week, and then Navarrete. So they're all on the same timeline. So to be very honest, I see it being Loma versus Navarrete, Sharkur, and then Sharkur Stevenson after that. But Sharkur Stevenson has got to, do his part. He shit the bed. By the way, we're waiting for them to read the cards, the official cards. They're on a commercial break. It is 12:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This late-ass card. I've been covering boxing since 10 o'clock this morning. It's Sunday. 10 o'clock a.m. on Saturday. It is 12:45 a.m. on the 19th. I'm tired. I'm unhinged. Haven't had a nap. As you can see on the right of your screen there, I was down in Saudi Arabia. Maybe I should change my clothes. Let me see. Change my clothes. Nah, I put my Riyadh season back on. Anyway. Navarrete could lose. This could go either. It just was a nasty fight. It wasn't boring. It's just that it was like no real skill like that. And then Denis Berinchyk, he's been around for some time. You may have seen him. You probably seen him on social media with his interests in the past. He's been, he's gone viral for some of his ring entrances. But nothing really of note on his resume. I mean, how you going to count Giovani? I covered him. How you going to count Anthony? Can you dig it? How? And both of these guys, from what I'm seeing, they're both food for the 135-pound division. Let's listen into the cards. Nice solid crowd there in San Diego, by the way. For a Top Rank on ESPN. I think that Berinchyk did enough of an activity.
Sloppy rounds, history will be made. Does Mexico have a new 4-division champion in Emanuel Navarrete, or did Denis Berinchyk join Vasily Lomachenko and Alexander Usyk, making it 3 champions within 1 week for Ukraine? Mark Chinook with the official decision.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds here inside the Pechanga Arena, we go to the official scorecards for the decision. Patrick Morley scores the bout 115-113, Berinchyk. Benoit Roussel has it 116-112, Navarrete. And Pat Russell has it 116-112 for your winner by split decision. And now, the WBO lightweight champion of the world, Denis the Thunder Berinchyk!
Bring on Loma. Bring on Loma versus Sharkur.
Years in the making for Denis Berinchyk. We will now move over to the state of boxing. We hope you'll join us for the full recap of this fight.
I hate when they do
what
this.
happened in Saudi Arabia between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury and all the interviews.
I hate when they make you switch over from the broadcast to state of boxing on a different broadcast to listen to the post-fight interview. I can't stand when they do that. So looks like what did Bivol say to Canelo or Eddie Hearn? Sorry to spoil your plans. You know, sorry to spoil your plans, Loma. If Navarrete was next, you think they're not going to do Ukraine versus Ukraine, the fight for peace. So now we should get Shakur Stevenson versus Loma next, right? Let's listen in.
Announced. Describe the feeling, Denis.
Thank you, my coach, my team, my professional, K2 Promotions, brother Klitschko, and Queensbury Promotions, Alex, Frank, thank you.
Big night for Ukraine, big historic night for Ukraine. What does it mean to join your friend Alexander Usyk and be a world champion tonight?
Yeah, this is my friend. This is great. Great boxing fighters.
This is a great night for all people in Ukraine because we have undisputed heavyweight world champion.
Sweet mustache.
Lightweight world champion. This is amazing.
Igor, you talked about his footwork, but you also mentioned that he felt the power of Navarrete. How was he able to deal with that?
It was very difficult because Navarrete is a very hard guy, very strong punches.
Yeah,
He's a real champ.
real champ.
In three divisions, but this division is Denis division.
Navarrete, muchas gracias.
I like the cut of this guy's jib.
Now, the name mentioned for Navarrete
The translator.
in the future was Vasily Lomachenko. He's your fellow countryman. Is that a fight that can be made, Berinchyk, Loma?
Maybe Sharkur Stevenson, maybe Keyshawn Davis, Muratalla. I don't know. I don't give a fuck.
Whoa, we apologize for
no,
language,
don't apologize.
obviously, but
Now rest after rest we talking about. Now we want to rest because we have very hard camp. Now we want to rest and go home to see kids, wives, friends.
we congratulate you on becoming the new lightweight champion of the world. Enjoy that
Navarrete
moment.
time
We
was
go
coming.
over now to Emanuel Navarrete.
His time was coming, though. Or gave him the
As always,
cowboy hat.
giving his
Vamos.
opponents the hat, this time in defeat.
I should identify as Ukrainian. That's a good time, right? Do some grifting.
Esta vez no fue para ti. ¿Cómo te sientes de el resultado final? This was not your night to be a four-division champion. What do you think of the decision?
Oh, la verdad, primeramente muchas gracias a toda la gente que vino a apoyarme o que estuvo viendo la pelea. De verdad, muchas gracias. Me encanta estar en San Diego porque la gente me adopta mucho, me abraza. Y la pelea, pues la verdad, era algo nuevo para mí. Yo siempre lo estuve diciendo, es una prueba de fuego. Era algo que realmente iba a ser difícil y fue un hecho que lo fue. La verdad, Denis es un gran peleador, me hizo batallar bastante. Ustedes vieron lo que pasó y la verdad estoy muy contento con con lo que pasó con mi desarrollo, mi resultado, pero yo sé que me falta mejorar mucho y la verdad no estoy triste, no estoy cabizbajo porque es una prueba y la verdad me faltó un poco, pero sé que puedo dar más y la verdad estoy contento, estoy muy contento, felicito a Denis por su gran triunfo y estoy contento porque entré a la división a probar lo que son 135 y yo sé que va a ser algo fuerte.
So he says, look, at the end of the day, I want to thank everybody who came out here in San Diego. I feel like home. They really have taken me in as one of their own. In terms of the fight, I want to congratulate Denis for a great performance. I came to this division, which is new for me, and I knew it was going to be difficult, and it was difficult. Denis moved around a lot. Am I happy with the result? Absolutely not, but I take this as a learning opportunity. I understand I have a lot to improve on, and that's exactly what I plan on doing. Decías antes de la pelea, vamos a ver si puedo aguantar el golpe y si puedo lastimar. Fue demasiado 135, 135. You said the biggest test is, can I take a shot of a natural lightweight and can I hurt him? Do you feel that the weight is too much for you right now?
La verdad, yo creo que no, creo que estoy bien. La pegada fue algo, pues, común, no fue algo tan extremadamente intenso, pero te sigo diciendo, sé que tengo que mejorar mucho, sé que tengo que trabajar más y no pasa nada, yo estoy contento y quiero seguir adelante con este nuevo reto.
I think I took his punches pretty well, so that actually, gives me the confidence that moving forward, if I continue to improve, I can make noise here at 135 pounds. La mano izquierda, ¿cómo aguantó? How did the left hand hold up?
No, todo bien, la verdad. El único detalle fue un poquito los guantes, estaban muy justos. Estuve teniendo molestias desde antes de la pelea, pero son cosas que pasan y tienes que lidiar con eso toda la pelea. Estoy contento, estoy tranquilo, sé que hubo detalles que son 100% mejorables y nada, pues hay que trabajar solamente eso.
Look, I'm not going to lie, the gloves were an issue for me. Not my hand. The hand injury was okay, but the gloves were a little tight. Even in the locker room, I had to make some adjustments.
And don't try to hear that
I have
shit.
to roll with the punches. I'm not going to take anything away from my opponent tonight, and I'm going to continue to improve. I know I can get better. ¿Cuáles son esos ajustes que tienes que hacer? What is it that you have to improve on based on tonight's performance?
Oh, yo creo que todos vieron que principalmente la técnica, ¿no? Fui superado, pues no tan ampliamente, pero fue evidente que Denis es un talentoso, es un exolímpico que hizo muy bien su trabajo. Me puso en evidencia y yo creo que no hay que ser tan listos para saber que estoy fallando en esa parte, ¿no? Voy a mejorar, voy a tratar de hacerlo y pues vamos a regresar con más energía.
Look, you don't have to be a genius to know that I need to improve my technique. Denis came in here and he was a better technician than me. That's no secret, but he used it to his advantage, and that's really something that I have to, I can't lie about that. I need to continue to improve. Eres campeón en las 130 libras. ¿Imposible volver o este es donde vas a hacer campaña? 130, you're still a champion. Is it impossible to think about going down, or is this where you're going to campaign moving forward at 35?
La verdad, Bernardo, yo no sé qué decir en este momento. Creo que es algo que no puedo decidir ahorita. Tengo que pensarlo, tengo que sentarme a analizar la pelea, analizar todo lo que ha pasado con mi equipo, todo el proceso de este nuevo reto en esta nueva división, y después de eso, con la cabeza más tranquila, más fría, vamos a tomar una decisión.
Muchísimas gracias. He says, look, it's not the moment for me to say whether I can go back down to 130 pounds. I think I need to settle down a little bit, really rewatch this fight, analyze what I did right, what I did wrong, what I can do with my team, and how we can make it better, because I don't want to make a brash decision right now. Let's just think about things moving forward. Muchísimas gracias, Emanuel. Thank you very much. Mark, Tim, I'll send it back to you.
All right. There is a new undisputed champion right there, Alexander Usyk, after he got a narrow defeat over Tyson Fury. Clear win for him, even though it was a close, but he definitely won the fight. Ukraine is now 3-0 in the last 2 weeks. And what's going to happen? By the way, here are the 135 pounders. Berinchyk, the weakest of them. If we would have ranked these, let's pause this. Okay, now listen, this may be a little bit controversial, but hear me out. I think that at this stage, Tank Davis can probably beat Loma. If this was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, yes, I would pick Loma. But I think at this stage, Tank can beat. My opinion, man. My opinion. And before all the Loma fans come in here and the Ukrainians come in here, it's not because I'm picking him because he's my soul brother. I've heard all the racist comments. I've been doing this for a long time. It's just that Loma is aging. And he's been saying some things that's been kind of disturbing regarding if his heart is really in it. He's saying he's doing it for his pop. And if you would have asked me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I'm not saying Loma can't beat him. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm just saying that I think, Tank has a bigger chance than he ever had. Shakur Stevenson, there's still a question mark around him because he doesn't really show us enough. We know he's defensively sound, but offensively, like we don't, really see enough. It's a weird division. By the way, Tank is going to be taking on Frank Martin in a fight where I'm highly interested in on June the 15th, if that fight goes through. Shakur Stevenson is going to be taking on Artem. I'm going to butcher his name, but it's July the 6th in Newark. Loma just fought Kambosos. And another Ukrainian, all of them in the same team, Alexander Grovdyk, who's going to be taking on David Benavidez for the 175-pound interim title as the co-feature to Tank Davis, Frank Martin. So the Ukrainians can go in upsets. Well, Kambosos wasn't an upset. Usyk wasn't, an upset, I guess. Berinchyk was an upset. And Grovdyk, if he beats David Benavidez, that'll definitely be an upset. And I think that's possible. So, with that being said, take your time out, like the video, subscribe. I think that Navarrete needs to head back down to 130. The body type that he has, it's just, put it this way, it just looked like he just moving up in weight, like not growing into the weight, just be like, oh yeah, all right, I used to have to cut 10 pounds before, now I'm just gonna cut 5. Like, that's how it's looking to me. Like he not really, like he just, it's no science, or skill or thought in the moving up. It's just like, all right, fuck it, I'll go to 135. Fuck it, no wait, I'll go to 126. I'll go to 130. 135, yeah, why not? I want to eat a little bit more anyway. By the way, the punch stats are 127 landed of 732 thrown for Berinchyk, 128 thrown for 612 landed for Navarrete, 21% for Navarrete and 17% for Berinchyk. Just ill. Just was a nasty fight. No real skill, sloppy punches. But with that being said, I'm not going to sit here and do no 20-minute video on Navarrete. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.